Hello, and welcome to J.P. Murray's Association Hustle Podcast. President of the Murray Company, JP's mission is to arm today's associations with insight and strategy to thrive in a progressively complex and competitive business landscape. 21st century associations must move forward with a little bit of hustle and revenue development at their core. Here's JP.
Great to be with you today. One thing you hear a lot in business, it's kind of in the sales process a lot of time, is this question: what keeps you up at night? Now that I think about it more and more, what's the real fundamental part of business and being successful in this is it's got to be something more than that. Actually, the question should be, what makes you get out of bed in the morning? What keeps you going? What makes you successful? What is your why, to quote Simon Sinek? It's not easy. Now is an incredible time to think about that, because there are plenty of things that will keep you up at night, especially in business right now. But what is the thing that keeps you going, man? Let's break this down, because I had this conversation with my entire team the other day, and what came out of it was just incredibly valuable, because I asked each one of them, what's the characteristic that makes you successful? What is the motivation that keeps you going, that gets you up in the morning, that enables you to help our clients? And when I looked at all of the notes that I took from that discussion, I found out they're the fundamentals of a good company. They're not all the things that are necessary for sure, but they were fundamental parts of, I think, our culture. And when I took the mix of those qualities, it really enabled me to get a sense of why, in some cases, we do a pretty good job. And the people that we work with are really happy. Persistence and tenacity came up multiple times. And it's absolute superpower in these times, because there are so many reasons to bag it, to quit. Persistence and tenacity, and it's always been important in the area of business development and sales, because we know that if you look at any of the data over the years, that it takes 7 to 10 times to really get the attention of a prospect. And the fact of the matter is, most people quit after 2 or 3. The second thing, helping others. Oh my goodness, that's great alignment. Our company and our associations are essentially service organizations. So if we don't have a characteristic of helping, we probably wouldn't be around for a decade plus now. Number 3 was attention to detail. It's really standard language for almost every job description you see out there, but have you really seen it in action? Sometimes I think this is a throwaway characteristic or quality, attention to detail. But our lack of detail is likely one of the things that causes us the most problems. I see this a lot right now in associations and organizations like ours even. The lack of attention to detail causes mistakes, unclear messages, poor data, all the things that are keeping us from optimizing our work and keeps us from achieving our mission. A solution provider was number 4. When we do a lot of business analysis on associations, we see an emphasis on pricing a lot of the time, when the real issue is data or the value at the price point. For example, a major challenge with a small or medium enterprise in association membership is they don't really understand what the solutions are that they get from the association. Often the organization may not have a clear offering for that segment. They are set up very well to have robust programs for large companies, often related to government relations for big firms. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you ask about the specifics for small businesses, the solutions they provide for a medium-sized enterprise, we start getting into things like discounts and member pricing and the opportunity to attend. It's not specific. So can you be a solution provider? The next one was project management. Oh boy, that's kind of exciting, right? On time and on budget. Not really sexy, but so important for an organization. Let's face it, the pace of the association business as well, you fill in the blank there. One of the things that we do very well, and I'm very proud of it, is we have a pretty good process, and it's rare that we're ever delayed on deliverables. We get it done. The next one was love of people. Ah, right? Ah, yeah. Well, there's more to it than that. I think if you're in the service business like we are, or your association is, and you don't truly enjoy the people that you're working with or that you're working for, or the industry you're collaborating and trying to make things happen for and help them grow, man, it's not very good. I would bet you that every association executive out there that might be listening to this podcast has probably been in an organization or witnessed one or worked with one where the people thought that they could run a pretty good association if it wasn't for the members. I've actually heard that phrase. Man, we could run a great association if it wasn't for the people that we were working for. Yeah, kind of funny. Yeah, kind of bad approach. But man, I've also seen the organizations where the people are absolutely passionate about the folks that they represent and work for. Man, that's a great organization to be a part of. Another comment that we had as a great characteristic was coachable. Willingness to follow direction and adapt. You know, I used to coach a lot of softball, as you may have heard in previous podcasts, with my girls. They've really gone to a different level, and I can't help them that much anymore. But here's what I learned from it. Almost everybody's coachable in terms of nodding their head and going, yeah, okay, I got that. And then they do the same thing over and over again. What I really liked from this individual is they said coachable. Then I knew of exact circumstances where they'd taken the feedback and then adapted and crafted and improved. The final thing was don't quit, an extraordinary work ethic. This is the one, frankly, is my favorite. Here is where we will beat almost everyone. If your team is willing to outwork anyone, at the end of the day, the likelihood of losing or failing or not being able to get up off the mat goes way, way down. And I think we really can use that in the association world. So those were the thoughts individually of our team. Not very many of these overlapped. But as I heard them describe our strengths and their strengths, and the things that motivated them and the superpower they felt like they had, it dawned on me on why it works for us most of the time. And this is why I think it's so great for you to have a similar conversation with your team. Because listen to this, persistence, hard work, we don't give up. We offer solutions to the problem instead of a cookie cutter response. We've got sound project management, and we are accurate. And we have an attention to detail, and we do all those things on time. And we're always learning to stay on the cutting edge, and we love working for you. You know what? I'll go to battle for that team every day. Hi, friends. I hope this was good content for you. I've got a special treat. If you would like a complimentary copy of my book, Association Hustle, please send me an email, jp@murraycompany.com. and we'll get one out to you. I look forward to chatting next week. Thanks for listening.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of JP Murray's Association Hustle Podcast. We'd love to connect with you. Check out our blogs at murraycompany.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. You can also connect with JP on LinkedIn and Twitter at JP Murray, as well as the Murray Company's Instagram and Facebook page. To purchase a copy of JP's book, Association Hustle, Top Strategies for Association Growth, go to jpmurray.com.